All right. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Portion Trusted. Over here, I just usually do my hair. So I have decided to go live and do my hair routine, and also talk about news stories or story time or something that's going on in my life or whatever have you. So in this live, I am taking out the front of my mini braids. I put these mini braids in my hair probably about over a month now. Um, so last week I refreshed the back of my mini braids. I did the back here. So now I have moved on to the front of my mini braids. So I have got this taken out and this taken out, and I'm working on this right here. So in this live, I'm going to take out the rest of my hair. We'll try to get at least some of it taken out. And yeah, so I'm going to use products to help me remove my mini braids, because you should always use conditioner and or oil when you are removing a protective style from your hair. So I'm going to be using S Curl No Drip Curl Activator Moisturizer. I'm also going to be using this Aunt Jackie's Coconut Cream Buttercream Intensive Moisturized Sealant. I'm going to be using that here. And I am also going to be using my Camille Rose Coconut Nibs and Honey Ultimate Strength Serum. So that's this serum right here. So those are the products that I will be helping me remove my mini braids. So yeah, I'm just going to get started. So I'm going to do my mini braids probably towards the end of the live. I'm going to talk about this news story first. And then while I am removing my mini braids out, I'm going to talk about my feelings and my thoughts on how I feel about the news story. So this news story, I talked about this news story probably about over a little while ago. Actually, I talked about this news story a while ago, and actually I got the idea to give an update about this news story because I am actually about to post some shorts that I have condensed from a live that I did when this incident first occurred or whatever. So I'm actually about to post them probably sometime between today and tomorrow. And because I was doing the shorts, I was like, well, let me see what's updated. Hi, Luna. How are you? Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking the live. If you have not liked the live yet, please make sure that you like the live. So I said, let me do some updated. Let me see what the updates are about this story or whatever. And there is a update. So I'm gonna read the news story and then I'm gonna talk about how I feel. I might talk about some feelings that I had when I first heard about this news story. Hi, Stress Waves. How are you? Thank you for being here. Please make sure that you like the live. So, if you're just coming into the live, I am talking about the news story about the young lady who unalived her McDonald's manager in Michigan. So, yeah, this happened. This actually occurred, let me see, July 2025. So, hello, hope you're doing well. Hi, Ramona. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I am doing well. Hope you are doing well as well. Thank you, thank you. So, all right. So the story is kind of short, but I do have some, like I said, some thoughts and opinions on the story. I love your communication skills. Oh, thank you, Stress Waves. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I try. I really, really try. Because I know what it is like when I'm on other people's lives, and I might have a thought or something. I want to say something, and I know what it is. And people sometimes they don't see. Not to say that they ignore what you say, but sometimes that people are so focused on what they are doing, and then a lot of people, if it's a bigger content creator, they have way more followers than I do. So I definitely understand, but sometimes I do feel kind of annoyed, like people didn't see what I was saying. But anyway, yeah, yeah. Thank you for recognizing. All right. Okay. And also I want to say before I start the story, if I do miss a comment, I try to look up every now and then and catch a comment. So please don't feel ignored or like I'm trying to ignore you or whatever. But yeah. All right. So trial date for woman charged in McDonald's unaliving. This story was reported on March 24th, 2026. Trial date. Let me get her up here. Let me get her up here. Let me see. The haircut is so cute, unique, and amazing. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm I'm actually in the process of doing something with my hair, but let me get Miss Afeni up here. Okay. All right. So this is the young lady that we're talking about today. All right. Trial date set for woman charged in McDonald's unaliving. Mount Clemens, Michigan, Macomb County prosecutor Peter J. Lacido announced that a jury trial date has been scheduled for 27-year-old Afeni Muhammad of East Point in July 2025. I missed something there, but I I think I skipped over something there. I think the incident occurred in 2025. Scheduled for 27-year-old Afeni Muhammad of East Point. Okay. The date has been in charge. Okay, whatever. In July 2025, a pretrial hearing was held Tuesday, March 24th, 2026, before Judge James Macaroni, Macaroni, Merceroni, Merceroni, I don't know, in McCobb County Circuit Court. The jury trial is scheduled to begin Tuesday, September 15th, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. Muhammad has been reprimanded to McCobb County Jail on a $25 million cash bond. She is charged with. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you so much. If you have not liked the live, please make sure that you like the live. She is charged with first degree premeditated unaliving, and I'm using the word unaliving because I'm on YouTube and you can't use certain words on YouTube, so I'm very aware of that. So it's not unaliving, but you guys know the word that is really used. A mandatory life without parole offense, carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent, a 5-year felony. She is also subject to a habitual offender second offense notice, which is an aggravating sentencing factor. The allegations in this case are deeply disturbing, and many continue to suffer as a result of the events of that day, said Prosecutor Lacido. We hope that setting a firm trial date provides some measures of hope, knowing that justice is moving forward. It is alleged that in the morning of Thursday, and on the morning of Thursday, July 10th, 2025, Jennifer Harris, the McDonald's manager, sent Muhammad home from her job. So let me see. No, I don't have a picture of Miss Jennifer Harris. Okay, no. No, I don't. Okay. All right. Okay, good. Um, Sent Muhammad home from her job prior to the end of her scheduled shift. Muhammad returned with a, I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube. She returned with a yeah, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say is yeah. She entered the McDonald's through the employee entrance while wearing a mask. All right, so I have the picture. I do believe I have the picture of her entering with the mask on. That's her with the mask on. She entered into the employee entrance. While wearing a mask, she assaulted uh, her multiple times. The customer the customer fired his weapon to try to stop the assault. Muhammad then fled to her vehicle and was followed by the armed customer. The customer held Muhammad at Pow Pow Point until the East Point police arrived on scene. The McCobb County Prosecutor's Office represents the people of the state of Michigan and is committed to pursuing justice in accordance with the law. All individuals accused of a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. So that is the news story. The hair, okay, I got that. All right. So I'm gonna start working with this hair of mine, and I'm gonna talk about this news story. So I heard about this news story when it first occurred, and I remember looking at the young lady pictures. See, let's get her up there. I remember looking at the young lady pictures and thinking like something was off. But how I ran into the news story, I think I ran into it on social media. And when I seen it on social media, everybody, when I say everybody, every video, everything I was coming across, they were they were commanding, they were congratulating this young lady for what she did. They were saying basically the work field is very toxic. There's a lot of toxic supervisors, there's a lot of toxic managers, there's a lot of toxic bosses in the work field or whatever. And basically, like these managers, supervisors, bosses, owners of companies, they need to stop harassing people basically. So I felt like it was something deeper there. So I dug a little deeper in our research. I pulled up other clips and other things or whatever. Um and her story, she was saying like the manager was bullying her. That's what, she had a couple videos where she actually was talking about the manager and saying like, she tired of being bullied and this, that, and the third or whatever. And it just, even in those videos, it was just something that wasn't right. Something was off. So I further did more and more research. And then I found out some other things like some employees from other stores where she had worked. She worked at a Taco Bell at one time, whatever, and everything. And I remember an employee from Taco Bell. I think a couple employees from Taco Bell came out actually. But I remember the one young lady that came out. She told a story, and she told a story of she was working with Afeni at Taco Bell, and she said Afeni was, a very nice person, whatever, but she had these ways, whatever. Actually, I'm mixing it up with the other young lady's story. So there's two different stories I'm thinking about. So the one story I'm thinking about is the young lady told a story about Afeni. I guess she was a nice person to work with or whatever and everything. And basically it came to an incident where as though Afeni wanted to switch shifts with this young lady. And the young lady had told her no or whatever. So what the young lady was saying, and I couldn't find this story when I was looking for it recently or whatever. So I don't know if it was something that was actually true or whatever. But I did find the other young lady's story. But anyway, so she told Afeni no. So she said that she wound up pinned between the freezer and something like Afeni, did some type of maneuver and pinned her against the freezer or something. So I'm like, okay, all right, that seems a little suspect. So then another young lady came out from the Taco Bell. I'm not sure if it's the same lady, but she said that Afeni had ways like when she was told to do something and she basically didn't want to do it, she would just stand there and stare off the space or whatever. Now she was working at Taco Bell at the time, and Taco Bell is a fast food restaurant. So anybody that worked in a fast food restaurant, I have not, but I've heard that it's fast paced. You gotta make the food and all the stuff that you gotta do or whatever and everything. I wouldn't know because I never worked it, but yeah, it seems like a very fast paced field or whatever. And she told a story that Afeni was told by, I guess, like a district manager or whatever, somebody that's way over top of the manager actually. She was told to make a sandwich or do something, and she refused to do it. She asked to instead of making a sandwich or whatever, she asked could she just go wash the dishes. So I guess the district manager or whoever the person was told her no, you need to make the sandwich. So she just started to stare off the space and just stand there and just not do anything or whatever. That is very, very suspect. That is very, very weird. That is that seems like some mental health issues. That seems like some mental health issues. So when you say that bosses and people are bullying you, you get paid to do a job. You got to do your job. You got to do your job no matter how stupid or you might not like certain aspects of the job. You got to do your job because that's what you get paid to do. You can't just come to work and not work. You can't just do that. I remember little story time. Little story time. um I've had a couple jobs that I did not like, that I did not want to do certain things or whatever. So one of the jobs I can remember working at is I worked at Target. And I thought before I started working at Target or whatever, or Target or whatever, um, I thought that Target would be a really nice place to work. I remember coming in and I remember feeling the customer service as it's a lot different than walking into Walmart. Like when you walk into Target, you are greeted, you are smiled at, you are talked to. Like everything is so super nice. When you walk into Walmart, like people barely, like I think they do have greeters at the door, but it's not a welcoming feeling basically. So when I was set out to get a job and I was like, okay, I'm gonna work at Target, whatever. Like I was going out to be a cashier, whatever. When I set out for the job, I didn't think, nothing bad of it. I'm like, it's a cashier job. I'm ringing up, um, I'm ringing up stuff, I'm saying merchandise or whatever, and that's it or whatever. So I got the job or whatever. And I was told a lot. I was told that you always keep a smile on your face. You always greet your customers. They don't actually call them customers; they call them guests. So if there's nobody in your line and somebody is a couple of people in the other line, you step out your line and be like, "I can take the next guest over here." So like it's really, really strict customer service. They really really drill that into your head or whatever. Which I had no problem with that. I had no problem with that. I think that if I would say like I'm more customer service oriented than anything. I'm more customer service oriented than anything. So like it was kind of like right up my alley or whatever. Now, where I started not liking the job is when I didn't have customers in my line. I was told that you can't just stand around. You have to be doing something. You can't just stand there at your register and wait for customers to come. You have to be doing something. You have to fix up the shelves on like the little bit of gums and all that, the chips and stuff like that. You got to fix them shelves up. They even if it's really really slow, they'll send you out in a parking lot to go get carts or whatever, which I hated. And I always felt like I got hired to be I got hired to be a cashier. A cashier. So I remember complaining to somebody or whatever, probably like somebody that worked in customer service. I don't know. And they were like, well, cashiers do everything. And I'm like, what? Come again? Yeah, they said cashiers do everything. So I'm like, but why am I doing all this and I'm not getting paid everything money? Like I'm getting paid cashier money. So, but I got to do all this. So I really hated the things that I hated doing. I hated going to get the carts and putting the carts back or whatever and everything. I hated that because I felt like they had somebody that was somebody's position. That was somebody's position. Why did I have to do it? But I did it. Now, I think where I drew my line at, and this where it comes in at, if you don't like your job, then leave. It's that easy. It's that simple. Leave. Like you have that ability, you have that right to leave. If you don't like doing your job, you don't like what's being asked of you to do, then leave. So this where okay, I already had to go get the carts. Then they told me when it was not busy to go stack the shelves. Again, I felt like that was something that I shouldn't have to do because I was a cashier. I didn't come on to be a stock person. That's a stock person job. But okay, all right, I'm stocking the shelves or whatever. So then okay, then they called me back to the register because now it's getting busy. So like I'm taking my time stacking the shelves or whatever. So my supervisor came down on me like, you was called, you didn't come to your register. And I'm like, okay, it's either y'all want me to be at the register or y'all want me to stock stuff. Like, I mean, I'm not about to, y'all, I'm over here stocking and then y'all call me and then I'm supposed to just stop that and then go to my register. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do. So, okay, all right, okay, even all that was like, okay, cool. So this where I drew the line at. This way I drew the line at. This was it for me. So it wasn't busy. I mean, it was, it wasn't busy. It was slow or whatever. And my manager said, I need you to log off and go clean the bathroom. What? Huh? Yeah. She said, I need you to log off and go clean the bathroom. Okay. That's it for me. I quit. I'm done. I'm done. At this point, I'm done. So if there is something that you don't like to do or you don't want to do and you are required to do, is you have that option to leave. You have that option to quit. And that was the day. I don't remember. I don't think I cleaned the bathroom. I don't remember. I did log off like she told me. I remember going to the bathroom, but I don't remember me actually cleaning the bathroom. But I do remember like sometime after that, um, I didn't really necessarily quit because of that, but that really elevated me quitting. So I think the real reason why I had to quit is something with my daycare, whatever. I think something was going on with my daycare and my kids. I think that was like, so when the daycare issue happened and then thinking about all the stuff that I got to go through at work, I was like, okay, yeah, I quit. I quit. So yeah, I wound up quitting. So I say that to say, if it's something that you don't like to do, just quit. But Miss Afeni, she just stood there. She just stood there and stared off the space. Now, I like that was Taco Bell, so I don't know. Maybe she eventually got fired from Taco Bell. So I'm trying to put two and two together to say basically, if she was doing these things at Taco Bell, I'm pretty sure she was doing the same things at McDonald's. So the manager, if she was doing these things at McDonald's, that's why the manager probably said, you know what, you can go home because you're no good to us at this point. Why is you if this what she was doing? Now I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. We'll see in the court case what they say in the court case or whatever. But if she was doing these things at Taco Bell and she did these things at McDonald's, I can see why our manager would say, you know what, you can go home because at this point you're no good to us. You're just standing around. We got orders to fill. We got things to do, and you're just standing around. You can go home. So yeah, yeah. Also, I want to say that although that I feel like the manager, if that was the case, I don't know what the case is or whatever. If that was the case, I I also feel a way of like managers, supervisors, owners, people in charge. You need to understand that some people don't have it all. They don't have it all. So you need to be very cautious around certain people, especially when they start exhibiting certain signs or whatever. Because everybody don't have it all. Some people don't care about having a record. Some people don't care about, going to jail or whatever. So you really should be a little cautious in how you talk to people. I think that's very, very important. I think people need to learn how to talk to people better. Now, I'm not saying that the manager or whatever she said anything wrong or she was actually bullying her because I don't know the case. The trial is supposed to start, I think they said in September or whatever. So I'll definitely keep my ears to the ground to see what happens with that. But yeah, I really think that's very, very important. There's a lot of people walking around with mental health issues. There's a lot of people walking around with undiagnosed mental issues. So yeah, just be very, very mindful of how you talk to people and what you say to people. because at the end of the day, we are all people and we all have feelings and whatnot or whatever. Um, and you should just be very careful what you say to people, you know, and stop. You know what? I'm not even gonna go there. Let me stop. I'm not even gonna go there. But anyway, yeah, just be careful how you talk to people. So, um, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Missy Feeney, in court. Um, so let me just. Oh yeah, and then also going down the rabbit hole. Um, she's just yeah. I mm. Let me just show some pictures of the young lady. That's Miss Afeni. All right. And this is, I could not find the original video. I could not find it for nothing in the world. But this is the young lady that spoke out and said Afeni had her pinned down or whatever between the refrigerator or something or whatever, and had up to her because she didn't want to take her shift or whatever. And then they say she also one of her coworkers said she also did like very strange prank jokes and stuff. This is a video I guess they did in the store, whatever. This is a Feeney also, which down going down a rabbit hole, I found out that she was a very big Chucky fan. She was a very big Chucky fan. So yeah, this is her in like some type of filter, some type of Chucky filter that she was playing with. Let me see. We already seen that one. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this trial, and I'll keep my ears to the ground so I can post updates and whatnot. So yeah. So now I'm just going to concentrate on my hair. So I have not moisturized my hair since when the last time I was on here. I think Wednesday. I think I was on live Wednesday night, I believe, or early Thursday morning. Um so that's what I'm doing now. I'm just putting some moisture into my hair, and I definitely have to get my hair done. I don't have time to be playing around with my hair this week. So I need to go to NBA sometime this week. So I need to get my hair done because usually that was a piece of hair. I'm like, what is that? It's a piece of hair. Usually I wear my head wraps a lot, but what I'm afraid of is that if I have my head wrap on and I go to the NBA, I might just get, and I always get, you know what I'm saying? I always get somebody that don't like their job or trying to pick on me or whatever have you or whatever, and so I don't want to get somebody to be like, you gotta take off that head wrap, and I take off my head wrap and my head look like this. So I gotta get my hair done. That's what I'm about to concentrate on doing right now between today, tomorrow, yeah, today and tomorrow. And then I got a lot more to do because the first day of school is tomorrow. So I got to get everything is pretty much ready. My son already he got everything for school. I probably got to redo the front of his hair and redo the back of his hair because I did do it a couple days ago. He wanted to go over his grandmother house for the weekend. So of course it's looking a little rough. So I got to redo the front and redo the back, and then he'll be all set. He'll be all set for school. And we go to school tomorrow. Yeah. So this week, that's what I'm concentrating on, well, this for the next 2 days. So oh, I need to turn my fan on. Whew. I'm turn the fan on because it's hot in here. Mm, okay, moisturizing my hair. And if anybody was wondering why I got these crazy rubber bands in my hair, it's to keep my hair stretched out because my hair is relaxed, but naturally I have 4C hair, and 4C hair tends to mat up and get extremely what's the word I'm excuse me, it gets extremely tangled. So I keep the rubber bands in my hair to try to keep my hair stretched in a stretched state so it won't get tangled and it won't be so hard for me to wash it. Won't be too much here. Oh, I did not share my live out. Let me do that now. Yep, rubber band pops. Here. All right. So I'm about to take this Afeni off the screen. So before I take her off the screen, let me ask my chat. And also, when I break down this live into shorts, um, do you stand with Afeni or do you think Afeni was wrong? And that's my question. Okay. All right. See where we at 35 minutes. All right, let me try to get a row. Look, and my hair is webbing together. This is that's another reason why I need to take these out. This is all webbing together. Look at this. That is not how I did this. And I don't know where is this a braid from over here or this is a braid from over here. I think that's one of the new braids. I think. Yeah. This is, yeah, I think it's one of the braids that go back here. So we got these two and look at this. This is crazy. This gonna be really difficult. All right, so if I can get this out. All right, bet we can do that. Okay, let me look at this. Look this. I don't even know how to in this here. I'm having a time already. I ain't even started. I think I go back there. Mm, mm, mm. All right, let's go. I think let's go. I gotta. I don't wanna. I don't wanna pull this because. Let me take this out first. Let's get this out first. Mm-mm-mm. Where is my on here? Okay. I think this is go back there, I guess. Yeah. What is this? Is this just hair just sticking out? Where did this hair? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. I don't even know where the hair came from. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. People that leave protective styles in longer than a month, how do y'all do it? I don't know how y'all do it because goodness gracious. I used to be one of those people. What am I talking about? I ain't had no hair either. Oh my goodness. My hair looked like tore up from the floor up. I used to leave my braids in for 6 months. 6 months. I can't believe it. I was proud too. Oh my goodness. I was very proud. This one here. And this is just getting this is crazy. Look at this. I don't even know. Can y'all see this? That's crazy. I cannot. Yeah, it's all over here. Mm, 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 mm. I gotta stock up on my hair stuff. Ooh, that was too much oil. Too much. I gotta stock up on my hair stuff. I need some more oil. And this is my last liquid conditioner. It's crazy. I be using this like crazy. This right here, I be using this crazy with my kids' hair and my hair. I'm gonna get this hair taken out today. Yes, I am. I refuse to be an MBA taking a picture with my hair looking like this. Mm-mm. And I know I'm gonna get one. I know I'm gonna get one. Every single time. Every time I go to NBA, I always get I don't know what I want to call it. Somebody who love their job too much, who like making people look crazy on their pictures. I don't know. And I remember the last time when I took my picture, I was in a good mood. I was in a really good mood. And then the lady said something and it made me upset. And my picture came out like I was angry. Like mm-mm-mm. Yeah, we getting it. I'm almost there. Almost there. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Ooh. I don't know why this is. I don't know. Okay. We on our last break. Yes. Where we at? Oh, 52. We can get an hour. We can get an hour. Okay. No. Okay. I think I got it. All right. Wow. Wow. What's going on here? Okay. Alrighty then. Got this much to go. This whole brush definitely saving my life. Okay. hair like that. I'm my way. Yeah. I think this. Let's go. This side of my hair is longer than this side of my hair. Oh wow. All right. So I'm trying to make an hour on this live, but I'm about to come back live again. Um, so I'm about to go live again, and I'm going to talk about the officer, the Baltimore officer, that tried to chase down the young man in his police cruiser. So his trial just finished, just wrapped up. So I'm going to talk about the story before the trial wrapped up, and then I'll be live again. I'm gonna be live two more times today. I'm gonna be live again. I'm gonna try to make it within the next couple hours for real, but to talk about the verdict of his trial. So my next live is going to be talking about his trial and pretty much what they were talking about during the trial, and then the live after that will be the verdict of the trial. So yeah. Look at this. This is my last when I go live for the third time, I'll probably be greasing my hair, most likely, before I get ready to re-braid my hair back again. But after I take these out, then I'm gonna wash my hair. I'm gonna wash my hair with these products I have behind me. I'm gonna wash my hair with my L'Oreal Elvive hydrating shampoo. And then I'm gonna come back. Well, this will be in my video, but then I'll come back and then I'll do my protein treatment. I'm gonna use my Africa's Best hair mayonnaise. That's this hair mayonnaise here. Then I'm gonna go wash that out. Yeah, I'm gonna wash that out. I'm gonna wash that out. I'm gonna use my deep cleansing creamy aloe shampoo. Then I'll come back and then I'll deep condition my hair. I'm going to deep condition my hair with my Shea Moisture Raw Shea Butter Deep Moisturizing Conditioner. That's this conditioner here. And I'm going to wash that out. Then I'm going to condition my hair. I'm dropping stuff. I'm going to condition my hair with my L'Oreal Elvive Volume Filler Volumizing Conditioner. That's this conditioner here. Then I'll come back and then I'll go live. That'll be my third live for today. Hopefully, I get it done today. I'm gonna grease my hair and then I'll finish my video out. Well, I'm gonna grease my hair, start and put my braids in, and then hopefully get my video finished out. And it'll be done. It'll be all wrapped up. So yeah, I'm in the middle of recording the video for you guys to put on my YouTube channel. All right, so that wraps it up for this live. So I'm gonna go right back live again. Let me clean my area up. See, okay, yep. All right, all right, I'll see you guys in the next one.